Welcome to Thornton's annual business appreciation event. My name is Greg Moss. I'm the president and CEO of the Metro-North Chamber of Commerce. And as we're co-creating this, the brand new Thornton Chamber of Commerce as well. Woo! It is truly an honor to be with you here this evening as we celebrate some great accomplishments, some great people, some great businesses, and obviously the best community ever, right? I want to give a shout out. I'm going to go off script here for just a minute. Back in the back, there is a young woman by the name of Pam Hill. Pam, raise your hand real high, if you don't mind. Raise your hand so we can all embarrass you. Pam is retiring tomorrow after 30 years in the hotel business and industry. She's retiring here at the DoubleTree, so we just want to give you a big shout out. Congratulations. I'm glad you had some enthusiasm about the Thornton Chamber. I'm just going to encourage you to go back and see Lorraine at the end of the evening if you have a chance, or come to our launch party where we'll lean into more of that. We're very excited to be co-creating this with BTAC and of course, all the great folks in the city of Thornton and economic development. More on that coming out. But I also want to give a big shout out tonight to the Thornton City Council, who takes a lot of pride, as you know, in its appreciation of businesses in this community. 31 years ago, the city of Thornton established this event to celebrate the business community, and tonight's event is continuing that long-standing tradition as the elected officials and the staff that work so hard for you in this community recognize all of the businesses that provide the jobs, the investments that supply the goods and services that we all need to make this happen and make a great place to live, work, and play. So again, we honor your commitment, your dedication, the difference that you're making in helping to build a quality community. So just before we get started, I wanted to say thank you again. The City Council also provides great direction to the Thornton Economic Development Office, who works very closely with our primary employers, retail companies, local businesses, and of course developers to bring quality jobs and business investment and a little bit of spending as well to the city, and really ensure that we have the ongoing funding and investment of city services through tax revenue generation. And I want to give a big shout out to some of the other city staff that are here tonight, so if you would please stand when I call your name, and we'll recognize you after I go through all this list. With a big round of applause, Jeff Coder, who's the Deputy City Manager. Back in the back, almost arrested me when I came in, Officer Matt Barnes. Thank you, Matt. Eric Nelson, our video production technician. And we have Adam Bodicher. Adam Bodicher, you stand there, please, video production. And Gina Lance, who is our photographer tonight. Thank you all for being here. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the economic development team. Together they bring more than 100 years of combined experience. And that's just John Cody, because he's about 101, I think. But no, seriously, they have so much experience that they bring to this community, and they are a big part of this engine that makes us so successful here. So I want to give a big shout out to Mr. John Cody, who's the director of the Thornton Economic Development. Carla Corder, the executive assistant. Chad Howell, our redevelopment administrator. Julie Jacoby, who's back there somewhere, retail business administration. Adam Kruger, our assistant director. Jenny Leon, who had a lot to do with this event tonight. So Jenny, thank you. And Robin Martinez, who we work with very closely in the small business administration portion. They also lead various business assistant programs here, and really when you look around at our other communities, Thornton is very progressive in what they're doing right now through the Businesses of Thornton Advisory Commission, BTAC as we call it, and here to share some of the successes of BTAC over the last year, and there have been a lot of them. Please welcome again to the stage the Director of Economic Development here in Thornton, Mr. John Cody.
Thank you, Greg, and thank all of you for being here tonight. We hope you have a great time. We look forward to the opportunity of recognizing our businesses and celebrating their success here in Thornton. The role of the Businesses of Thornton Advisory Commission, or BTAC, is to advise City Council regarding business issues and to oversee the business assistance programs available to all of you. That assistance is comprised of grants, business counseling, outreach programs, the graffiti removal program, and the Shop Thornton First local buying campaign. In addition, BTAC has other duties such as the selection of business award winners for tonight's event. BTAC members serve as active ambassadors for and representatives of businesses of all sizes and industry groups throughout the city. BTAC members, if you would, please stand as I call your name. If you all would, please hold your applause till the end, and then we'll recognize them all together. First, we have Andrea Aragon with the Laundry Spot. We have Nadia Gibson. There she is. We have Ava Gomez with Ava's by Eternity Shoe Boutique. We have Tom Green with United Power. I don't know where Tom is. I saw him though, in the back. We have Paul Gurian with FedEx. Jessica Jessen with First Bank. Sylvia Jones with Mile High Luxury. Jamie Klein with Klein Trucking. Drew Morris with Your Castle Real Estate. Amanda Pedrianis with All Climate Systems. Alana Rotler with Click Chick. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I need to find out. And Sally Vanderveer with Medicine Man Thornton. Please give these folks a round of applause. 2017 was again an active year for business assistance programs in Thornton. The Business Improvement Grant and South Thornton Attraction and Revitalization, or STAR grant, programs together assisted 35 businesses with over $416,000 of assistance, which was leveraged to spur another $400,000 in private capital investment into business facilities in the community. That's a pretty good number, don't you think? Yeah, you can do it. It doesn't cost nothing. Through the Small Business Development Center and our own local business outreach program, we were able to provide technical assistance to 216 small businesses. Our graffiti removal program continues to be of value to homeowners, HOAs, and commercial property owners with property adjacent to city streets, alleys, parks, and trails. Last year, this free service removed 2,490 square feet of graffiti. The Shop Thornton First program is a way to market and showcase Thornton-based businesses, to attract customers, and to educate the community about the benefits of shopping locally. We hope to use this program to provide future marketing opportunities for businesses here in Thornton. Finally, at each seat you should see an invitation to BTAC's next networking event, which will be held on Thursday, June 21st, beginning at 4:30 p.m. We'll be sending out more information about this event, so keep your eyes open. And now, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce the Mayor of Thornton, Heidi Williams, to present her State of the City address. Mayor Williams? Where are you? Sorry, I didn't see you. Thanks.
Well, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I appreciate you coming to our annual business recognition event. So I've been Thornton's mayor for the past 7 years. You all probably know I was a small business owner, and I have a great interest in making sure that businesses of all sizes succeed in Thornton. I continue to support Thornton in business in my new role at the Colorado Women's Chamber of Commerce. Yes, I have to have 2 jobs, but most mayors do, and so that's pretty normal. People sometimes are surprised by that, but I'm enjoying both of my roles, being able to support business. Also, I have to say it's so wonderful to see so many of our local business leaders here tonight. Many of you have heard this story, but I'm going to tell it again. I'm going to tell it every year I'm on the stage, which, by the way, this is my second to last year. But I came to a Thornton Business Breakfast. They used to be in the morning in about 2004 when I opened my business in Thornton, and I ended up walking out the door with 3 new customers. And so I would just encourage you before the night's over to make sure that you talk to people around you. You never know when those relationships are going to turn into something even more like real business partners. So anyway, I always like to tell that story because this was it's interesting how it's come full circle, and now I'm the one standing up here because at the time I had no interest in running for mayor. That wasn't even a thought in my head. So anyway, and if you're interested in running for city council or mayor, we'll have an election next year. So anyway, I'd like to take a moment to introduce my colleagues, the Thornton City Council members, and then other elected officials who are here tonight. So first, I'm going to start with our Thornton City Council elected officials. We have Council Member Sherry Goodman. If you want to stand up and be recognized, Sherry. Sherry represents Ward 1. And then we have Councilmember Jessica Sangren from Ward 2. Councilmember Sam Neeson from Ward 3. And then we have a couple of former elected officials. We have Councilmember Matt Goodman here tonight. And then we have the former mayor of Federal Heights, Joyce Thomas, here with us this evening. We also have our Small Business Development Council here, Glenn Plegans, Terry Sanchez, and Dana Ward. SBDC does a lot of real good hard work and consulting with you all, and so we're really appreciative of your partnership, so thank you for being here. We also have Adams County Economic Development staff here. We have Angie Bedoya and Deb Duran. Do you want to stand? All right, hi. Again, great partners, and I'm sure many of you have worked with Angie and Deb, and so thank you for being here. And then from Front Range Community College, we have Claudia Osala. I know where she's at. Thanks for being here, Claudia. Thank you. All right. Well, this is really an exciting time in Thornton. We have seen a lot of change since last year. Thornton has a new city manager. City Council hired Kevin Woods, and he started working for us in October of last year. So he's still just getting his feet wet in this great, busy, big city that he's come to. We also have 2 new council members, in Sherry Goodman and Jessica Sangren, who you just recognized. And we now, as Greg mentioned, have our own Chamber of Commerce. Greg, thank you so much for, I don't know where he went, but thank you so much for having this great idea. We've been talking about a Thornton Chamber of Commerce since I've been on the City Council, and really excited to be able to have a place for you all to gather and network and build relationships and get business. So it'll be wonderful, and I really appreciate the support and the partnership of the Metro North Chamber of Commerce. So, speaking of change, I'm wondering if anybody's seen the corner of I-25 and 144th Avenue recently. I know, right? And how about the corner of 136th Avenue and I-25? Is this exciting change or what? Thank you. Well, talking about excitement in Thornton over the last year, it would not be complete if we didn't also mention this, right, Tiny? So that was really exciting, and this isn't in my script at all, but look, that was a really cool thing. We were recognized internationally for finding this dinosaur, and of course the city didn't find it, but our contractors that were working on our new public safety building found it. And I can remember Jeff Coder was the acting city manager at the time, and he goes, "Mayor, this is going to set us way behind. It's going to be really bad." I'm like, "Jeff, this is a dinosaur. We found a really cool dinosaur." So, he was like a buzzkill, but anyway, I got him in line and he was fine. No, I'm just kidding. But it was so amazing, and we got to go out and we got to dig for bones, because they were, at first they were just finding the skull and some of the parts of the frill, which before that happened I had no idea what a frill was. So it was just a really cool experience, and now you can go visit Tiny, that's his name, at the Museum of Nature and Science. So anyway, as I just mentioned, you can see the new Amazon distribution center at the corner of I-25 and 144th Avenue, and it's proof that we are seeing major employers come to Thornton. They're bringing lots of great paying jobs. New retail opportunities are also on the horizon as well, which will provide jobs and lots of new choices when it comes to spending your money in Thornton. I can tell you I'm super excited about that. So just take a look at our North I-25 corridor today and compare it to what it looked like just a year ago. The change is remarkable. The Amazon building is the largest industrial building in the state with about 2.4 million square feet of operational space. We expect that when Amazon gets fully into operations, there will be an additional 1,500 jobs in the city of Thornton. And while Amazon and the Denver Premium Outlets are the more visible additions in Thornton, 6 other great primary employers came to Thornton in 2017, bringing 360 new jobs to our city. We welcome Hensel Phelps Construction, Tower Engineering, Allied Global Alliance Construction, Motion Design Incorporated, and Sonder to Thornton. Yes. Sonder actually started with 35 employees, but they are already expanding their office size and adding 100 more employees in 2018. So this is just great for the residents who live in Thornton. Our goal is really to get more and more of our citizens working in the city of Thornton, because right now we have probably 85 to 90% of our folks commuting out of the city, and we all know what I-25 looks like, so the more people can stay in the city, the better it will be for everyone. So, moving on to the next best subject, let's talk about shopping for a second. Yes. So just south of Amazon a bit is the new Denver Premium Outlets, which should be open for business early this fall. So if you're interested in knowing more about the shops that are coming to the outlets, so I would tell you if I could, but they won't tell me. So sorry, you're going to have to wait like I do to find out what the stores are going to be. I've put in my requests for which stores I'd like to see, like Ann Taylor and some of my favorite shoe stores, but honestly, I have no pull, and clearly they don't trust me because they knew I would tell you guys tonight who was coming. Anyway, we should know soon, but the Denver Premium Outlets will have 350,000 square feet of commercial space, and my family and I plan to walk through all of that once they are open. Now, let me tell you how that's going to work. My family's going to go one direction, and I'm going to go the other, because I really don't like shopping with other people, so my husband can take the kids, and I'll go shop. Anyway, there are even more big commercial developments coming. The Summit Entertainment Group is opening in just a few months and is a place your family will love. This entertainment facility is at the corner of 144th and Washington Street and will include bowling, food, and party rooms. They even have an executive room where you can have your own bowling lane, so it's going to be super cool. So all you big companies that just moved to Thornton, you should definitely have your party there. So it's big at about 50,000 square feet, which is good because I have seen how some of you bowl, so we may need that much space. I was probably really referring to me. Every once in a while, the ball just kind of goes that way. So anyway, the biggest mystery in recent Thornton history is, will we actually have a Topgolf? Well, the mystery is solved. Topgolf is happening, and we kept it here in Thornton. Yay! I mean, let's be honest, even if you're not a golfer, it has something for everyone. I had to go down to Centennial and check it out before we voted for it because I had to see what people were talking about. And so I'm really excited that this is going to be in Lark Ridge. So it's breaking ground soon, and it's just going to be south of Costco at Lark Ridge, and it's scheduled to be open by March of 2019. So, yes. Speaking of golf, our city golf course, Thorn Creek, has been getting a makeover for the last year or so, and it's nearly ready for its debut in just a few months. So if you haven't seen how great the golf course looks, just drive on I-25 and go down 136th Avenue. It's looking very green over there now. My husband and I were just talking that we have to take up golf because now we have a really cool golf course that the city paid a lot of money for. So I'm going to get better, I promise. Maybe after I'm done being mayor, though. Anyway, the Grove continues to grow and blossom at the southeast corner of I-25 and 144th Avenue. They have a new hotel, so they'll have 2 hotels there. The new one is called the Hilton Garden, and it broke ground last fall and should be open by Thanksgiving of this year. The 4-story hotel will also include a fabulous restaurant called Johnny's Italian Steakhouse. So there are also going to be plenty of new restaurants out at the Grove with Cuba Cuba, Grab a Green, Your Pie, Potbelly Sandwich Shop, and Five Guys Burgers and Fries, as well as at our new outlet mall. Again, don't know what they are, but I know they're coming. The south side of Thornton also has some exciting possibilities taking shape now. The Thornton Development Authority is working with Opus Development to create a new healthcare district of about 19 acres of land, and that's just south of Thornton Parkway and west of Grant Street. The intent is to complement and enhance the healthcare uses already nearby, such as North Suburban Medical Center and the Center for Spine and Orthopedics. Opus tells us they intend to bring assisted living, medical office space, limited service hotel with suites, a sit-down restaurant, and a small retail strip center, which is going to be great for that area. North Suburban really needs to have a place for their doctors to come and residents to come, and if they have a place for them to come and stay, and also have places to eat, and have other places where they can go and do their residence, it'll be really, really good. So we're excited that Opus has come on board and is working really hard to fit the vision that the City Council has for that area. We've also been anticipating having RTD's Fast Tracks North Metro Rail line here in the city for some time. So unfortunately, it's been slow, as you all know. We've seen the progress as they have been getting the bridge structures built, but other delays have pushed the timeline out for full service, at least until the end of 19. You can boo now, boo. Yeah. But the line will provide commuter rail service from Denver Union Station to 3 sites in Thornton, 124th Avenue, 104th Avenue, and 88th Avenue, all of which will boast their own chances of retail, employment, and housing development. So we are excited that that's coming. We just wish it was coming a little faster. So we continue to put pressure on RTD to get that moving and get it done. So Thornton has also really continued our efforts to support and reinvest in our businesses. Hopefully you all had a chance to meet some of our great economic development team. Not only are they in charge of putting this great event together every year, but they are glad to take the time to learn more about your business and find ways to get you resources and advice to make you more successful. Can I have the economic development team stand up one more time or raise your hand? They really are an amazing team of people, and we're so fortunate to have you all in the city of Thornton. This team can tell you more about our programs to help new and existing businesses. We like to tell people about our Business Improvement Grant Program. We call it the BIG program. And we awarded over $360,000 in business improvement grants in 2018 to go towards exterior or interior improvements and equipment grants. We give up to $30,000 per business, and we've already given all of our 2018 money away, so if you do have a need in your business and want to apply for the grant, you can start applying for the 2019 grant money soon. So again, check with the economic development team on that deadline. So in an effort to assist small businesses in the southern part of the city, we recognize that a lot of those businesses going in are very, very small businesses and are going into an area that really needs to be redeveloped. So we designed a program called the STAR Grant. This grant is specifically designed for businesses in our South Thornton Development Authority area, and we have over $130,000 available for new businesses looking to open in this area. Individual businesses can get up to $15,000. So if you're thinking of, you know somebody that's thinking of, or you're thinking about opening up a business in South Thornton, again, talk to the staff and they can help you out with that. Thornton's commercial graffiti removal program is extremely popular with our businesses. This city service provides free graffiti removal for any commercial business located within the city. Within 24 hours of receiving a report of the graffiti, the city's graffiti removal crew will come out and have it removed. And I know that because I have actually turned in graffiti and driven by it the next day and it's already gone. So our Businesses of Thornton Advisory Committee is a big supporter of our Shop Thornton First program. We're finding people are paying more attention to where they spend their money, and keeping it in Thornton is a big boost for our businesses and all the services that Thornton provides. This Shop Local program has marketing opportunities to support our local business community with advertising and exposure. You'll be seeing more of their work around the city on electronic billboards and a streetlight banner program. I'd also like to tell you about something really cool and useful we just released for everyone to use. Thornton has its own app. My Thornton is the name of our new mobile app, and you can use it to find stores and restaurants, city parks. You can get city news, important phone numbers, and a great feature is that people can report an issue such as a pothole or broken traffic light directly to staff. Just go to your app store on your iPhone or Android phone and search for Thornton to download it. So you guys can all do that right now so that I'm not the only one in the city that stops and takes a picture of the pothole and turns it in. But I will tell you that when I do that, they get out there usually the same day and fill the pothole or whatever it is. I'm a big reporter of dead raccoons on the side of the road, and for some reason that's not on the app, but hopefully, well, at least on the old one, hopefully it's on the new one, because there's nothing worse than seeing that. But anyway, finally, we need to mention again that the City of Thornton has collaborated with the Metro-North Chamber of Commerce to form a new Thornton Chamber of Commerce for our local businesses. During 2018, Thornton businesses can become a member in the Thornton Chamber for free and an investor in the Metro-North Chamber at 50% reduced cost. It's important to remember that one of the main driving factors for all this development coming to Thornton is the fact that people continue to want to live here. We are seeing tremendous residential development this year with already 300 single-family home permits having been issued just this year, so we're on track for about 1,000. Thornton has seen over 60% growth in population since the year 2000, and home appreciation since that time has been nearly 70%. To all the potential employers and commercial companies thinking about coming to Thornton, we expect to have over 2,100 new residential units permitted in the next 3 years and an additional 4,800 by the year 2023. They always say rooftops bring retail and employers, so we can expect to have even more companies announced in the years to come. All the sales and tax and use revenue is also a driving force for Thornton being able to continue to provide the excellent services that our residents and businesses need and want. You may remember that Tiny was found during the construction of our new public safety facility out on Quebec. This facility is our new fire station number 6 and a police substation. The building will be ready for us to start moving into in July. In just a matter of weeks, we are going to be breaking ground on a new recreation center in North Thornton. Someone just asked me about that today. The new Trailwinds Recreation Center will be constructed on city-owned property in the Thornton Trailwinds Park and Open Space Complex at 136th Avenue and Hawley Street. The new Recreation Center will be approximately 87,000 square feet and has a target grand opening for late fall of 2019. So my term ends in November of 2019, so everybody say a quick prayer that it'll get done before my term is up, because I just want to see that as the mayor. But anyway, that's just a selfish thing. But thank you all for coming to our event tonight. Our business community is always a focus for myself and the city because we know you do so much for our community. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Reggie Rivers is a former NFL running back who played 6 seasons with the Denver Broncos. Go Broncos, yay! I'm a native, so I'm very biased. During the 1990s, Reggie is during the 1990s. Reggie is a media personality and business owner who has worked in newspaper, radio, and television in Denver. He graduated from Texas State University with a degree in journalism, and he earned a master's degree in global studies from the University of Denver. He has written 5 books. The latest is the award-winning novel, The Colony, A Political Tale. My script just got done, but let me tell you, I talked with Reggie a little bit before the dinner, and he actually wanted me to give you a few more traits about Reggie. He wanted me to tell you that he is the tallest, best-looking, young, and highest jumper that you've ever seen, ever. I wish I could come up with some more embarrassing things, but he said it's almost impossible to embarrass him, so if you guys can come up with something during his speech, just yell it out. But anyway, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome Reggie Rivers to our stage. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Why do the people of Thornton kill so many raccoons? I just saw you guys are vicious people up here to raccoons. That's just, she's just taking pictures of them. Nobody is trying to save them. So, oh, you just report it. You don't take pictures. Okay, well, that's good. I guess that's better. Well, I'm happy to be here tonight. I'm going to talk to you guys about teamwork. And, you know, there's no better example of it than sitting in this room right here. This is the city of Thornton. It can be very intimidating if you're a small business and some other small business is thinking about moving into the city and compete with you. You could get very territorial. Like, hey, I want all kinds of businesses, but nothing in my category. I want to own my category. But you start to understand that the whole ship all the ships rise with the tide, and the more you invest in the city, the more jobs you get, the more people there are to come and use your service. The more competition you have, the better you get at your craft. Though there is a lot to be said for continuous recruiting, and our Denver Broncos are going to have a draft tonight. I'll tell you, when I was in the NFL, one of the things we had to learn how to do was how to collaborate and compete at the same time, which is what you guys are all doing. I remember in 1991, I joined the Denver Broncos as a free agent. Dan Reeves was the head coach. Well, after 2 years, he got fired. Wade Phillips came in. Well, I was the starting fullback in 1992 when Dan Reeves got fired, and I expected I'm going to be the starting fullback coming into training camp in 1993. Well, Wade Phillips and Jim Fossil, who was the offensive coordinator, they had a different plan in mind. So they signed Rod Bernstein as a free agent from San Diego. He's a tailback, I was a fullback. So they said, hey, Reggie, want to introduce you to Rod. He doesn't exactly play your position, but he might get some of the carries you used to get. But you and Rod get to know each other, go work out together in the off-season workout program. And so I'm like, hey, Rod, nice to meet you. I guess we'll go work out and maybe we'll go grab some lunch after this. Then they draft Glenn Milburn, a running back out of Stanford. And I say, hey, Reggie wants you to meet Glenn. He also is a tailback, doesn't quite play your position, but he might get some of your third down reps. Hey, Glenn, welcome to the team. Rod and I are getting ready to go work out, and then we're going to go get some lunch if you'd like to come join us. Then the Broncos signed Robert Del Pino, a free agent from L.A., and they said, Reggie, Robert is a fullback. He plays your exact position. He's here to take your job, but you guys get to know each other. Hey, Robert, nice to meet you. Glenn and Rod and I are getting ready to go work out, and then we're going to go have some lunch. And that's the reality every year in the NFL. Your job gets recompeted every year. And even though it's nerve-wracking, it also is the best possible thing that could happen because this competition makes you better and better, and you start to understand that, we have to recruit good players all the time if we're going to win. We can't stay where we are. We have to constantly recruit bigger, better, stronger players all the time, and my job is to keep being one of those big, strong players. And so what I want to talk to you about today is about leadership lessons I learned in the NFL about team building and how you lead through that teamwork. And so I want to start by explaining something that you might have been wondering about for a while, which is, why isn't Tim Tebow in the NFL? Tim Tebow brought the term Tebowing into the dictionary. People all over the world were Tebowing. Animated characters were doing it. Animals did it. Babies came out of the womb Tebowing. And for good reason. This guy is arguably the greatest college football player in the history of the NCAA. The things he has on his resume are things most of us wish we had one of on our resumes. During his collegiate career, he was the first sophomore to ever win the Heisman Trophy, and he was a 3-time Heisman finalist altogether. So for most players, to be a finalist one time, to be down to the final 3, one time would be the highlight of their career. He did that 3 times, won the trophy 1 time. Tim Tebow won 2 national championships during his time at the University of Florida. He set 28 University of Florida records, 14 SEC records, and 5 NCAA records while he was at the University of Florida. He is arguably the best college football player in the history of the NCAA. He comes out of college. He gets signed by the Denver Broncos, and when he gets on the field, he wins games. Amazing, ridiculous, crazy, wild, stupid. Somehow he finds a way to come back at the end and win you the game. But after that season, Peyton Manning was available, so the Broncos sent him to the Jets. The Jets kept him for a year. They let him go. Then the Patriots picked him up. The Patriots let him go very quickly, and then he went to training camp with the Eagles. And then he was out of football, working for the SEC network as a commentator. Now he's trying to make a bid with the Mets organization in baseball. So the question is, why is it that a guy who has the talent of a Tim Tebow couldn't make it in the NFL? That 4 teams brought him in and said no thank you, and the other 28 teams won't even give him a chance. Well, here is basically the challenge that Tim Tebow has. If that football is a quarterback, and we have wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders up at the top and wide receiver Demaryius Thomas down at the bottom, and we have a safety out here, and we tell that quarterback, I want you to watch that safety, and when he makes a decision, quarterback, you make a decision. And to force him to make a decision, we're going to send Emmanuel Sanders on a deep crossing route in front of that safety. We're going to send Demaryius on a post route behind that safety. That safety is going to reach a decision point in the play. Depending on the coverage, he might step up on that crossing route. If he does that, quarterback, immediately throw the ball over his head to the post route. Or that quarter or that safety might turn his hips to run with that, might open his hips to run with that post route. Quarterback, if he does that, immediately throw the ball underneath to the crossing route. That's the whole play. Quarterback, you watch that safety. The safety can never be right. If he makes a decision, quarterback, you make a decision. The challenge that Tebow had is that that safety would step up and Tebow wouldn't throw the ball. Safety steps back. Tebow doesn't throw the ball. As soon as you pass through that moment in the play that was called in the huddle is over. Now you're telling Emmanuel Sanders, listen, Emmanuel, just run around out there for as long as you can, try to get open. Demarius, you run around, see if you can get yourself open. Tebow, keep yourself alive back there for as long as you can. Finally, he throws the ball as a touchdown. The crowd goes crazy. They say, Tebow has done it again. But the coaches are looking at this play going, we can't practice that. We can't game plan that. We have a combined 423 years of experience that has taught us how to study safeties and linebackers and defensive end to find out when they make their decision point in the play and then to leverage that to make them wrong all the time. But if you won't throw the ball on time, then we can't leverage all those years of experience that the coaches have. So those coaches may as well not have that 423 years of experience. How long do you think the average NFL play lasts? 8 minutes? Listen, I think I understand why so many raccoons are getting killed in Thornton. Somebody said 2 seconds, 6 seconds, 4 seconds. The average NFL play from snap to whistle lasts 4 seconds. So the coaches look at this play and say, well, Tebow held the ball for 10 seconds on this play. See if I can get it to come up. I'm going to walk closer. Let's click it one time, please. It is a Tebow play, right? You know what? Here's what you do. There you go. So Tebow, the coach would say he held the ball in this play for 10 seconds. We can't ask our wide receivers to run around for 10 seconds on every pass play. We can't expect our offensive line to block for 10 seconds on every pass play. We can't expect our quarterback to stay alive for 10 seconds on every pass play. So this is fundamentally the reason that Tim Tebow's not in the NFL. Of course, he had problems with his throwing mechanics and his accuracy, but you could live with all of that if he would throw the ball on time. Because to be a good teammate, you have to be predictable. You can't be on a team if you're not predictable. And so as the mayor was up here talking about all the developments that are coming in, she's talking about things that are fairly predictable. Hey, we have a plan in place. This is what we're working on. We're letting you know what our plan is so you can similarly plan for yourselves. You find a dinosaur and everybody says, whoa, hang on. It's kind of cool. You found a dinosaur, but that's going to put us off our plan. I mean, it's cute, it's nice, but it's going to put us off our plan, right? But that's the reality. To be a good teammate, you have to be predictable. Those wide receivers have spent their entire lives learning how to run a pass route in such a way that when they make their break at the top of that route, they do it so explosively, they create a little bit of separation between themselves and the defender. If the ball's not in the air at the right time to take advantage of that separation, well, you've squandered their talent. They may as well not have that ability. Those offensive linemen have spent their entire lives learning how to block guys like Von Miller explosively for 4 or 5 seconds at a time. If you routinely tell them, you've got to hold this block for 10 seconds, well, now they can't use all of the strategies they developed, so you're squandering the talent of the people around you. Tim Tebow is an amazing individual performer. Tim Tebow has an athletic ability that most players wish they have. Tim Tebow is one of the best players ever in the collegiate world. When he got in the NFL, Tim Tebow, just by sheer willpower and talent, won a lot of games. You would think that in the NFL, winning is all that matters. If you win games and you're a quarterback, then you're going to have a job in the NFL, because it's not all that matters. You also have to function in a way that allows your teammates to leverage their talent. You can't be so individual that you squander the talent of people around you, and that's why Tim Tebow is not in the NFL. So I want to tell you about Mike Shanahan. I had a lot of great coaches. Mike Shanahan was by far the best leader that I was ever around. He figured out how to get people to engage with him and believe in what the things that he believed in and adopt his strategies. And one of the things I think he was great at, Mike Shanahan was an educator. And whenever you were around Mike Shanahan, you would come away feeling smarter. Mike Shanahan poured knowledge into his players, and we all walked away with a better understanding of the game, a better understanding of our role in the team, a better understanding of what was going to happen and why things happened. So much so that when I left football, I think I left one slide out, but when I left football, I went into the media as a commentator with CBS and the Mountain Sports Network and ABC Sports. Why? Because I had played for Mike Shanahan. I learned a lot from him. Terrell Davis left playing for Mike Shanahan, worked for the NFL Network for the past 15 years. Mark Schlereth played for Mike Shanahan, worked for ESPN for the last 20 years. Alfred Williams played for Mike Shanahan, has been a radio broadcaster. Ed McCaffrey played for Mike Shanahan, was that voice of the Denver Broncos for several years as a color commentator. Howard Griffith played for Mike Shanahan, became a commentator for the Big Ten Network. There are a lot of guys who played for Mike Shanahan who went on to have a career of explaining football. That was part of the legacy of Shanahan and what he did. If that was my mom calling, just tell her I can't take the call right now. She has this app that if I don't answer my phone, it will allow her to find the phone of anybody near me. So I don't think it's an accident. I think that's part of what Shanahan, the pull that he had with us, is that Mike Shanahan invested in us. He invested knowledge in us, and we grew when we were around him, and so we wanted to be around him more, and we followed him more. You're trying to build a team in your company, you've got to be how are you investing in those people? Do they feel like they come away from every interaction with you feeling like they're better? That they've gained something in their career, they've gained knowledge, they've gained experience, they've gained something that's going to help them toward their goals. All right, so Shanahan did something that was interesting. Shanahan said, if we're going to be a team, and you want people to act like a team, then you have to find some team goals where everyone gets the same reward. Because the reality is when your team wins, not everybody gets the same reward. If you're Peyton Manning, you're making this high salary. If you're Reggie Rivers, you're making this low salary. The victory is not the same value to us. Peyton might have incentives in his contract that get over a certain number of wins in the season, he gets an extra $5 million. I don't have that. Peyton wins more games, he gets more endorsement deals. I don't have that. And so on every team, you have different people who win at different rates. In your business, somebody makes a sale, the salesperson might get a big commission. The person who's in the operations, who's actually doing all the work, might not make nearly as much. And so there's these differences, and that's okay. That's the reality. That's life. But if you want people to act like a team, you have to find some rewards where everyone gets the same reward. So Mike Shanahan said, our goal as a team is that we want to win football games on Sunday. And to incentivize all of you to win football games and all of you to work together as a team, we're going to create a set of team rewards that everyone will get. First, he educated us about what the schedule is for every NFL team. Every NFL team plays their games on Sundays for the most part. There are occasional exceptions. Then on Monday, every team, the players report about noon. They lift weights, run, and then watch film together as an offensive unit and a defensive unit. They're done about 5 o'clock. Every NFL team is Tuesday, universally Players' Day off. Every NFL team, the players on Wednesday report about 7:30 a.m., meetings, walkthrough on the field, lunch at the facility, get on the field for practice, back in the meeting rooms to watch more film. They're done by about 5:30. Thursday is the same schedule as Wednesday. Friday, start at about 7:30. They're done by about 2 o'clock. Saturday, if it's a home game, the team has a walkthrough in the morning. They check into a local hotel that night for meetings and then curfew. If it's a road game, they travel to the host city and then stay in a hotel. That's the schedule that every team is on. Mike Shanahan said, every time you win a game, now it's my 14-year-old son. And you know what? He never gives up. He's going to keep blowing me up. So I might have to answer it here in just a moment. Say, what? I won't say that. I'll say, yes, dear. Hello, Malik. Malik? He hung up good. All right, so Mike Shanahan said, I'm going to create this collection. We're going to call it Victory Mondays. Whenever you win a game, you don't have to come in and watch film as a team, as a group. You can not watch the film at all if you want to. All you have to do is come in and lift weights and run. We're going to have the weight room open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You want to get up early and get it done and have the rest of your Monday? Go ahead. You want to sleep in and come in later? Go ahead, whatever you choose. And everybody immediately understood that, wait a second, this is back when Stapleton was still open and was the airport. Wait a second, I could get in and do my workout at 7 o'clock I could be done at 8 a.m. I could be on a flight to Vegas by 10. Come back Tuesday night and be in yes, I'll take it. So that was the first part of our Victory Mondays is we get Monday off. So he's given us a day off that other teams don't have. He also said, this is our Victory Monday package. So he also said on Fridays, we're not going to wear helmets on the field. Any of you who played football know that even when you're out there in shirts and shorts, you still have a helmet on. Well, he said we're not going to practice in helmets on Fridays. The first Friday that we didn't have to put our helmets on, it was like, wow, I can think. I mean, football players get a bad rap for being stupid. We're not stupid. We're just so constrained. I can think. And so we loved it, practicing in helmets or without helmets on. We also, he said, every time you win a game, the following Saturday in our team meeting in the hotel, we're going to watch a 10-minute highlight video of the previous day's game, or the previous week's game, rather. And we love that. We would hoot and holler and just have a great time. And so these were little incentives that he created that didn't cost money. It wasn't about money. Everyone's making a lot of money. He created incentives that mattered to us, and we went on a long winning streak. We won a lot of games. So Mike Shanahan said something else. What do you think this picture suggests was one of our prizes? Rest? Did you say rest? We didn't get rest as a prize. We got anyone? Movies. Yes. Not one, but 2 free movies in the hotel. Yes. Mike Shanahan looked at his room full of millionaires and multi-thousandaires and said, I was a multi-thousandaire. And said, if you win a game, I'm going to let you have 2 free movies in the hotel. Those movies cost $14.99 a piece. And you know what? When we won a game, everyone watched 2 movies in their room. When we lost a game, no one watched any movies, even though the movies were still there available. You know why? Because NFL players do not travel. This is something Mike Shanahan understood about NFL players. NFL players do not travel. You and I travel, right? You have a business trip, you go, you pack your bags, you drive to the airport, you park your car, you go in, you get in line to check in your bags, you check in your bags, pay for your bags, keep your receipt. Why? You're going to fill out an expense report when you get home. You go get in the TSA line, you stand in line, wave around, you go through security, you get to the concourse, you sit down and you wait for your flight. Your flight gets delayed. I had more time, I could have waited. You get on your flight, you fly to the host city, you get off, you go to the baggage claim, you get your bag, you go to the rental car, you rent your car, you drive to your hotel, you check in, you get food. The whole way, you're keeping all your receipts, you're doing all this stuff because you have to fill out an expense report. NFL players don't travel. NFL players are transported. Right? They are transported. The TSA goes to the Broncos facility. The players get wanded and they go through a door into a secure area where there's 5 buses and a fence around them. You get on the bus. Once the buses are all loaded, there's a police escort from the facility all the way to the airport out onto the tarmac. The players get out on the tarmac, climb onto the plane. As soon as the plane's loaded, they fly to the host city. They land, they get on buses that are on the tarmac. Then police escort to their hotel. I always thought, I get the police escort in Denver. We just went through TSA. We need the police escort to ensure that nothing changes between the facility and when we get on this plane. But now we're in Kansas City. They hate us. And we're driving down the streets of Kansas City, and I would be in the bus, say, little people of Kansas City. I don't know what you have going on in your life right now. I don't know if you're on your way to your kid's football game. I don't know if you have a business meeting. I don't care if you're a woman in labor giving birth. Move out of our way. We are the Denver Broncos. And we need to get to our hotel. Police escort all the way to our hotel. The whole team checks in about 5 minutes. There are tables lined up with envelopes that have your name on them. You grab your name. There's your room key, your room number, and an itinerary for the weekend. When it's time to check out, everybody just leaves, gets on the bus, we go to the game, we play the game, straight back to the airport, we fly home. If you wanted to order a movie, you'd have to go to the front desk and put down a credit card. No one does that. Mike Shanahan understood that about his players. So Mike Shanahan put together this package of incentives that was so simple and so cheap. By the way, when we check into the hotel and the envelopes were all there, every year we would have a rookie who would be walking back and forth looking for himself. And you'd have to help the kid out. You say, listen, these envelopes are arranged alphabetically by last name. So you can find yourself, or you can just wait. Eventually, there'll just be one envelope left. Chances are that one's yours. But it made an impression on me because we all worked for these prizes, and everybody got the same prize when we won. Everybody got Monday off. Everybody got to not wear helmets on Fridays. Everybody got 2 movies. Everybody got to watch the highlight video. Everybody got to experience the same thing. And I think it's important that if you want a group of people to work like a team, you have to create some team incentives that everyone will participate in. Another thing Mike Shanahan did, he figured out how to deal with a scout team. Is there anybody here who knows of a 8 to 14-year-old boy right now who is dreaming about growing up and being in the NFL on the scout team? Right? Nobody knows that because it doesn't exist. Nobody wants to be on the scout team. The scout team are the guys who are not the superstars. They're not the starters. They get to run the opposing team's plays. If we're playing the Oakland Raiders this week, well, the scout team offense runs the Oakland Raiders offense. Nobody wants to do that. The only people who are excited to be on the scout team are the rookies because the rookies aren't yet disenchanted with the scout team. The rookies, remember, I was a freshman in high school, but then I became the superstar, so it was okay to be a freshman. Then I was a freshman in college, and I wasn't a superstar, but then I became a superstar, so it wasn't so bad to be a freshman. Now I'm a rookie in the NFL, and I'm not a superstar, but I'm going to become one. And so they think the pattern is just repeating, so they're excited. So imagine you're a rookie wide receiver. You run out in practice, and say when Champ Bailey was still on the team. You line up, and Champ is like, hey, welcome to the team. Thank you, Champ. It's great to be here. Wow, Snapchat. Champ, you're thinking, Champ Bailey is going to cover me right now. This is amazing. This is incredible. And then Champ says something to this rookie that the rookie never expected to hear. Champ says, what route are you running? I don't think I'm supposed to tell you that. That's why we had that huddle. Champ says, no, seriously, what route are you running? I'm running a post route. All right, don't run it too fast. My hamstring's a little tight today. The technique is called brother-in-law, and it happens on every play. The starters ask the scout team, what are you doing? Is it a run or a pass? Which way are you going? Because every practice is filmed, and the next day you get graded on the previous day's practice. The starters don't want to get embarrassed by the scout team. And so what happened, I've been in the league for 4 years before Mike Shanahan came in, and I didn't see any way around this social relationship that the scout team has because nobody has pride about being on the scout team. They don't want to be there. Well, Mike Shanahan comes and he says, we're only as good as our scout team. You scout team players are one play away from being starters in the NFL. When the guy in front of you gets hurt, we're going to put you in the game, and we're not going to dumb down our game plan. We expect you to perform exactly the way he performs. You are NFL players. You wouldn't be here if you weren't qualified, tested, proven NFL players. If you are running the Oakland Raiders plays because of the talent that you have, we believe if you're going full speed, you can run their plays 90% as well as they can run their plays. Raiders suck. I apologize. I don't mean to denigrate the Oakland Raiders, but if anybody here is a Raiders fan, denigrate means to put down. We got him! We got him! So Shanahan says, here's what I'm going to do. The first time I catch a guy loafing on scout team, I'm going to cut him. Oh, not a week later, we come in. First thing we do is we watch a low-light video of a guy loafing on scout team. Shanahan says, look around the room. Do you see him in the room anymore? We don't need you. If you're not going to work hard on scout team, you're not making us better so we can win on Sundays. We need your best effort on scout team. It's the only way that we can win. All of a sudden, the guys on scout team, I was one of them, were like, woo, yes, hear you, coach, message received. Now you're that rookie, you run out for your route, and Champ Bailey comes up and says, hey, what route are you running? No. And The other thing Shanahan did, he said, I'm going to define things as great plays, a run of more than 10 yards, a catch of more than 20 yards, causing a fumble, recovering a fumble, getting a sack, certain things, like 13 or 14 things. He said, these are all big plays on scout team, and every time you make a big play on scout team, I'm going to give you $100. We started every morning meeting with a scout team highlight video from the previous day. We started every team meeting with a scout team highlight video. Who in the world has heard of a scout team highlight video? My God, people, there's no such thing as a scout team highlight video. But we had one. And we'd watch the best scout team plays, and then all the scout team players would line up, and Shanahan would have a stack of $100 bills, and he would hand $100 to every player who made a great play. Shanahan understood something. These players used to be the star players in high school. They were the star players in college. Now they're in the NFL, and they don't feel like they have value, so they don't work very hard in practice, and they're not helping the team get better. We all, in every business, have people who fit that profile. They are absolutely vital to your business, but they're not recognized. And it's not the money, it's not the $100. Even the scout team players are making a lot of money. It's the recognition. And when you start to routinely recognize the people who are valuable on your team, who make a difference for your team on a day-to-day basis, the morale starts to go up, the productivity goes up, and everybody does a lot better in the business. All right, let's getting close to the end here. I want to show you this quick video. It's called "The Football is the Customer." In football, everybody knows the football is the customer. This is who we're working for. This is who we're taking care of. What does the customer want? The customer wants to score touchdowns. That's all. It's easy. Score touchdowns. What does the customer want? The customer wants forward progress. And you get to keep the customer as long as you're making forward progress. If you're advancing down the field and getting first downs, the customer stays with you. But the customer is not loyal. If you're not advancing, the customer says, punt me away. Give me to the other team. Maybe they can help get me to my goal. When you do your job well, the customer gets where he's trying to go. If you make mistakes, it's the customer who suffers, not you. The customer is the one who gets the 5-yard penalty, the 10-yard penalty, the 15-yard penalty, and now the customer is farther away from his goals. Take care of the customer. Make forward progress with the customer. Help the customer score touchdowns. When you move the customer down the field and you score touchdowns, you're giving the customer what he wants. That's what I'm talking about, and then you get to celebrate. So there's a lip sync problem. Watch this. I'm about to spike this ball, though. Watch it. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. Oh, I'm going to, what? This is how raccoons get killed in Thornton. I mean, things just slow down. And there you go. And she's got another one to report to the city. All right. So there was a problem with that video coming in. But the point is, we're all working for the football. I had this epiphany during a game one day when we committed holding and the ref picked up the ball and moved the ball 10 yards backward, and I thought, man, that sucks for the ball. The ball didn't do anything. We commit holding and the ball got penalized. And it made me realize, yeah, that's what happens in life. When we make mistakes, it's our customers who suffer the consequences of our mistakes. And so in the NFL, we're all galvanized around this single goal. How do we advance the interests of the customer? How do we move the football down the field? Well, let's pretend for a moment that you're the owners of the Denver Broncos and you want everybody in your organization to be focused on the advancing the football down the field. But your IT department doesn't care about that. Payroll doesn't care about that. HR doesn't care about that. A lot of departments might not care. The players and the coaches care, but once you get off the football operations side, it doesn't matter whether you move the football or not, whether you want or not, their job doesn't change. Well, the Broncos said, you know what? We've got playoff money. And if you're the owners of the Denver Broncos, when you get to the playoffs, you no longer have to pay your players. You know, if you had a player who's making $16 million, well, you're sending him a check of $2 million every other week during the regular season. When you hit the playoffs, you no longer have to pay that player. The league collects playoff money from all the other teams, and that's how you pay the players in the playoffs. Well, it's still profitable to be an owner in the playoffs because you get to open the stadium and have concessions and still make your TV and radio revenue. But it's just nice you don't have to pay those expensive players. Well, the Denver Broncos said, we're going to pay playoff money to every full-time employee. We're going to wait until the playoffs are over. We're going to look back and see how far we went and then give you a bonus accordingly. So if we won a wild card game, everyone's going to get 3 days' pay as a bonus. If we won a first round game, everyone gets 1 week's pay as a bonus. If we won an AFC championship game, everyone gets 2 weeks' pay as a bonus. If we won the Super Bowl, everyone gets 1 month's pay as a bonus. Whoa, yes. So before this happened, if I went to our IT guys and said, hey, we're playing Junior Seau this week, can you make me a special reel of Junior Seau plays so I can study it and be ready to block him? The IT guy is a nice guy. He likes me. He's like, Reggie, I love you, but your name is not John Elway, Shannon Sharp, or Terrell Davis. That's the extent of my list on offense of guys I'll stay late and do this extra work for, so sorry, I can't do that for you. After this was in place, I asked that same guy, he's like, will this help you move the ball and win on Sunday? Yes, it will. I'll stay late and do it. Why? Because the Broncos had created a prize that everyone in the organization is going to share. Of course, when the players win, they're going to get more, but now everybody in the organization says, I want them to win on Sunday. The Broncos also, if you're the owner of the team, you win the Super Bowl, the league just gives you a check. This is your check. There are certain people in your organization who are contractually guaranteed a Super Bowl ring, so go make one for them. But you decide what design you want. You decide how much you want to spend on it. This check might be more than you need. You could make a profit off this check, or this check might not be as much as you need. You're going to design rings and buy too many of them, but this is the check you get. So if you're the owner of the Denver Broncos, would you give a ring to every player? Yes? What about players who are on injured reserve? I'm going to need an audible yes from you. Okay. What about, I got people. That's how raccoons get killed, people. Let's be decisive. We're on a mission here. We're going to save these animals. Would you give a ring even to the practice squad players? What about players who are suspended? Complicated. What about every coach? Strength coach? Defensive quality assurance coach? More of an accountant than a coach. What about the equipment managers? IT department, grounds crew, ticketing, janitors. Every full-time employee at the Denver Broncos got a Super Bowl ring. They didn't all get the same expensive ring that the players and coaches got, but everyone got a ring. The Broncos said, if we're going to win football games, we want everybody to act like a team and work like a team, and we want to recruit the discretionary effort of everybody on our team, then they all have to participate in the rewards. When we win, we have to create rewards that everyone participates in. And so you have to do the same thing in your businesses. It doesn't have to be expensive. You set a goal and you say, when we achieve this, we're all going to go out and we're going to have lunch together. Or we're going to have a lunch catered in. Or when we're all going to go to a baseball game together. Or we're all going to get, each of you is going to get a card that gives you an afternoon off, and you have to use it sometime in the next month. You just can't all use it on the same day. But you create some kind of system where people get rewarded for the team goal, and they will start acting more and more like a team all the time. All right, so we are over time here. I think I'm going to take 5 minutes, and we're going to wrap this up. Celebrating incremental gains. The goal is to win the Super Bowl every year, right? But teams don't wait until they get to the Super Bowl to celebrate. They celebrate every victory, every first down, every nice catch, every nice run, everything. And so what is this? What is this? You guys recognize that? What is it? Iwo Jima. It's the guys raising the flag on Iwo Jima. How did you know what it was when it was that size? Because you're a Marine? Okay. Because you know history. You've seen it before. You've seen it before. You know, when you've seen success, you don't have to see the whole picture to recognize it. You can look at a person and say, yeah, this person's business is going to be successful, because you can see a small picture of it. When you know what success looks like, you recognize it on sight. And so that's what fans of football teams are so well educated about the metrics of football that a guy gets a sack, 76,000 people are on their feet cheering because they recognize success on sight when they see it. A guy gets a first down, 76,000 people are cheering. Guy scores a touchdown, or a kicker makes a kick. Everybody is celebrating because we know what success looks like and we recognize it on sight. When I got out of football into the business world, this was one of the toughest things for me. I'd be in a team meeting and somebody, or not even a team meeting, we'd be working, somebody would do something good and I'd be like, yeah, Brad, way to go. Oh, So we don't celebrate people. Okay, I got you. We just keep it. Let me tuck that back in. Little people of Kansas City, just right, that we have to celebrate along the way, and we need to educate our employees about so that they understand what success looks like on a micro level. That, like a football game, when a guy gets a first down, that doesn't mean you're going to win the game. That doesn't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl, but it definitely is success, and we have to celebrate success. This is what we think success looks like.
So we get into the huddle, and they call 17 power. I was like, oh my God, I've been trying to get a power for so long.
Hey, don't roll this. Hit it downhill.
With power, you running straight downhill. You know where we coming, and we know where y'all gonna be lined up at. Now you just gotta stop it. I'm saying I'm better than you. Hey, so I see the guard come around, and in my head I'm thinking backside A-gap. But for some reason, it carried me to the front side. Bounce off the first tackle like, might be trouble. Split between Spencer's block coming off of Sharper. He grabbed at my foot. I stayed up. I said, it might be trouble. Cover ball with two hands. One of my old teammates, Jabbar Greer, came over the top. He slid off. It's a good run now, but I'm like, it might be trouble. Tracy Porter came up. I gave him a little stiff arm. I stayed on my feet.
Get off me, he says to Tracy Porter. Are you kidding me?
We almost was running at top speed. So, I mean, any kind of shove right there would have, threw a man off course. It's just a little baby stiff arm. Yeah, a little baby stiff arm. I believe it was Ellis, came from behind. I took a little quick peek at him and gave him a little stiff arm, still didn't go down. I know it's trouble. The next thing I know, Tyler shot in front of me.
Look at the hustle by Columbus.
They go make her block on Harper. Dive into the end zone, touchdown. And at the time, I'm just thinking like, what the hell just happened? Did this really just happen?
That's what we think success looks like, right? Especially when you're starting off, you think, I'm going to tackle every obstacle, I'm going to jump over this and stiff arm that and spin over that. But that's not reality. The reality is you will be tackled, right? That's the job. The job of a running back. You think of running back, his job is go score touchdowns. That's not the job of a running back. If I was recruiting running backs in here, I say I'm looking for people who can get tackled. If you're the kind of person who gets your leg broken every time you get tackled, I can't use you. If you fumble the ball every time you get tackled, I can't use you. If you get your feelings hurt every time you get tackled, I can't use you. I'm looking for people who can get tackled, give the ball to the official, come back to the huddle, and run another play. That's the job. Go out and get tackled, and then you focus on, well, what can I accomplish before I get tackled? Can I get the first down? Can I make one guy miss? Oh, it's not working with me again, Adam. Adam to the rescue. Oh, thank you, Adam. Can I get it back? Can I have it back? All right, I'll just tell you when to click. Yeah, just click it. So what can I accomplish before I get tackled? Let's go to the next slide, Adam. All right, so I wanted to check out what do the best running backs ever do. One click, Adam, please. First, I looked up myself. Now, I don't know why I'm not listed in the NFL's all-time rankings, but I'm not. My mom is working on that. I had 138 career rushes, 75 catches, scored 8 touchdowns. That means I had a scoring percentage of 3.76%. If you gave me the ball, 4% of the time I scored a touchdown, 96% of the time I got tackled. Adam, please. So I compared myself, who's the best in the NFL? Well, Emmitt Smith, 175 touchdowns, more than any other running back. And look at his scoring percentage, Adam. Is worse than mine. So I was better than Emmitt Smith. So I put an X next to his name and a check mark next to mine, just so we understand who was the better player. Adam, please. LaDainian Tomlinson, 4 1/3, Adam. Marcus Allen at 4, Adam. Walter Payton, also not as good as I was, Adam. Jim Brown was almost 5%, Adam. Barry Sanders, not as good as I was, Adam. Adrian Peterson at 4%, Adam. Marshawn Lynch, Adam, and Terrell Davis, neither of whom were as good a running back as I am. You see I have a lot of check marks down there. But my point being, Adam, click one more time, please. So Jim Brown is the best of them at 5%. You give Jim Brown the ball, 5% of the time he's going to score a touchdown, 95% of the time he gets tackled. That's the job. You guys are running businesses. Your job is to go out and get tackled. 95% of the time, you're going to get tackled. You're not going to win the business. You're not going to solve the problem, whatever it is, but you're going to make forward progress, and you just keep making forward progress and keep making forward progress. Next, please, Adam. Oh, go ahead and go one more time. Rushing average, Jim Brown was the best also. I was way behind him. We'll just move on. Next slide, please. Finally, be prepared to make adjustments. One click, Adam, please. I was going to use a picture of myself here because I was a very good player in my prime. When I show my son videos of me playing, I think he's going to say, Dad, you were fast. Dad, you were good. But he always says, Dad, you were skinny. I had many nicknames during my career. None of them were flattering. One of them was derived from something Gale Sayers said. He said, just give me 12 inches of daylight. That's all I need. Adam, one click. One of my nicknames was Run to Darkness because I tended to run into my own teammates, the officials, you know. So Adam, one click. We'll leave me out of it. One more click, please. And Terrell Davis, one more click, Adam. Terrell Davis had great vision. And when you're on the team, your teammates are going to do their best, but their best might not always be good enough. So be prepared to make adjustments. You're going to have to divert from your past, stiff arm somebody, jump over something to get where you need to go. One click, Adam. Otherwise, then you're going to be in this position. This is the infamous butt fumble. Mark Sanchez run into the line. If you Google the term butt fumble, this is what comes up. So as he's approaching the line, all he can see are green jerseys in front of him. So all you have to do is pick a hole to run through. Not that one. One click, Adam. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it today. Thank you. Thank you.
Reggie Rivers, everybody. Well, I'm kind of disappointed Reggie didn't mention that he is my brother from another mother. But Mom used to say, I'm so proud of Reggie because he's got the good looks, he's got the athletic ability, he's very successful, but you know what? I got the hair. That's true. You know it. We've been friends a long time. If I could have all the counselors of Thornton to come up here, please, including the mayor. All of our city councilors who are here and present, please come on up because we are going to begin the awards portion of our program right now. And tonight we are honoring 7 businesses or organizations that have distinguished themselves in the following categories: community spirit, company on the move, entrepreneurial innovation, industry office company of the year, our People's Choice Award, the program partner of the year, and then our retailer of the year. Now, nominated businesses and organizations represent a very diverse size and really cross-section of industries here in Thornton, as well as covering all geographic regions of our city. There were 77 nominated businesses, and they are on the screen right now. We're going to pull those up right now. If you are one of those nominated businesses joining us this evening, please stand so we can recognize you now. Give them a round of applause. Congratulations to all of you. That's amazing. So our first category tonight is the Community Spirit Award, which recognizes a Thornton business demonstrating strong involvement in our community and or who has made a significant impact on the community as a whole. It is my honor to recognize the Center for People with Disabilities, who is the winner of the Community Spirit Award for 2018. I'm going to ask a representative of CPWD to come on up here, and while they're doing that, let's watch a video and learn more about what they do in our community.
Our organization was founded by individuals with disabilities, and to this day, majority of our employees are individuals with disabilities. So it's a model and philosophy that supports encouragement to individuals with disabilities to take charge. We work with individuals to empower people who are pursuing their own goals. So we are not an organization that does things for people with disabilities, but we do it with people with disabilities.
It is the staff. They are the true example of passionate workers. They're driven by their love and working with the consumers, their passion, their dedication, and their determination. And I think that that's what this center does, is we really empower our consumers.
We are honored to win the award, of course. It's great to see that the community is recognizing. That's exactly what we want, for people to know the work we are doing and access the work that we are providing.
Community spirit means engagement, collaboration, empowerment, and just looking at the consumers and making them successful. It's very rewarding and very exciting. And to know that we were nominated and selected, that really is empowering to us.
We did win because of the quality of the work we're doing, because we have passionate employees who go above and beyond in serving our consumers and working with our consumers.
Let's congratulate the Center for People with Disabilities. And I'll invite you to come up and say just a couple of words.
Thank you very much. It is truly an honor to win this prize. And we are here fighting the equality, making sure that our community is accessible and welcoming to all of its members. Thank you.
We're going to get one more photo here. No. No, they don't want me. Act like you like each other and look that way. Perfect. Thank you and congratulations again. Nice to see you all. Next is our Company on the Move Award, which recognizes a Thornton business that's demonstrating a solid success pattern and or tremendous growth potential, expanding their lines of business through innovation and improved processes. Our winner this year for the 2018 Company on the Move is Hearthside Dentistry. I invite them to come on up, and as we're doing that, let's watch this video and learn more about them.
I opened this practice in 2013 and we started from scratch. There was not a practice here before, so we had to build it from our very first patient up until now, where we have a little over 1,000 patients. So it's been a really great experience, and we're continuing to grow as the area grows in the city of Thornton. So we are a general dental office. We offer services including cleanings and fillings and crowns, all the way through oral surgery. I think that we stand out for our customer service. We really try to focus on every individual patient, from the first phone call all the way through their visit with us at the office, and making sure that they feel comfortable throughout their experience. We are a growing practice and have grown it single-handedly over the last 4.5 years, and there's a lot of potential for growth within this area, and I think that we really try to accommodate every patient that contacts us, that tries to schedule an appointment. We have expanded within our practice to include 2 new operatories, and we did that with the help of the City of Thornton through the Business Improvement Grant, so thank you guys for that. And that's been really helpful because now we have more rooms so we can see more patients and we can accommodate more people. My passion and my vision for the practice, and the reason that I really opened it to start, was to make sure that I could keep the patient first and make sure that we really focused on what their needs were. And because of that, I think we've really grown a great business and have people who refer their friends and their family to us and make sure that they know that they're going to be sent to a place where they're going to be taken care of.
Congratulations, Hearthside. Dr. McMillan.
Sorry, I'm gonna move this mic because I'm short. Thank you guys again, and Robin, I really appreciate everything. You know, we've had a relationship for a few years now, and I have utilized the Business Improvement Grant, so I'll give them a quick plug that it's awesome and it's very helpful for a small growing business. But the community in Thornton has really welcomed us, and I feel like it's a really awesome place to own a business and to run a business, and I'm very fortunate to have opened a business in the city of Thornton. I think all of you guys probably know that since you're also business owners in the city, but thank you guys for this award. It really, really means a lot.
Congratulations. Sorry. Thank you. No, you're good. You're going to get a picture right over here. Oh, you want to have everyone, if we can have you guys move over this way. Actually, way over this way.
Okay. Way over that.
Keep on going. Okay. Is that good right there?
Is that good? Yes.
A little better lighting. Oh, I don't want to be in there. Thank you very much. You can exit there however you want to. Just jump off the front of the stage. That would be good too. Our next award this evening is the Entrepreneurial Innovation Award, which recognizes a small Thornton business that is bringing a unique business concept with lots of ingenuity and determination to our community while practicing positive values inside their workplace. It's my honor to announce that Frolic Play Space is the winner of this year's Entrepreneurial Innovation Award. Let's give them a round of applause, invite them up, and let's watch a video.
I'm a parent myself, and when I moved to the area, my daughter was quite young, and I felt like there was not very many options where to entertain her, where to get out of the house. The kids need the entertainment, they need the socialize, but also you as an adult, you kind of need to go and see people. Are you ready? Come on in. Our business really fills a very high demand need. I have people coming in here thanking me on a daily basis. During our regular business hours, families can come in here, stay as long as they want, play, they can meet friends here, they can leave and come back. It's sort of a day pass. That's our main offering. We also do birthday parties. We have various different birthday packages that people can choose from. And then on top of that, we also do kids classes, we do dance classes, and also music, sort of brain development type classes. The word frolic means play, and I wanted something that was easy enough that the kids would remember, and just something playful and simple and modern. My concept's always been streamlined and clean, and so that's kind of it all came together. This is one of the best jobs I could ever wish for. You know, you could be doing other things, but there's nothing like, you know, hearing kids having fun.
Thank you so much. I'm very honored to receive this award. We've only been open for about 8 months now, so I'm very new to the business community. It's, like I said in my video, it's great to be able to serve so many families and do something that really ultimately fills a need for so many people, and I'm very happy that a lot of people are enjoying it. Thank you.
Is that better?
Congratulations. Thank you. Our next award is the Industrial Office Company of the Year, which recognizes a Thornton primary business who has demonstrated growth, innovation, and/or significant potential for our community. This award is different in that it is selected by the Office of Economic Development and its staff, and I am pleased to announce tonight that Hensel Phelps Construction Company is the winner of the Thornton Industrial Office Company of the Year for 2018. Hensel Phelps, congratulations. Come on up, and we'll watch a video as you're making your way to the stage.
Hensel Phelps started in Greeley, Colorado, and naturally we expanded first in the Colorado region, but over our 80-year history we've expanded offices, and we now have 10 offices from coast to coast, from Washington, D.C. to Honolulu, Hawaii, doing about $4 billion of construction a year. Hensel Phelps really does a wide range of construction, from the development stage and the infancy of the job, all the way through operation of that facility when it's completed. I think one thing that really makes Hensel Phelps different is we're employee-owned. As an employee of the company, you are an owner. You're representing the organization. So you're not just coming to a job. You're not just coming to work. You gain ownership in the company as you work for the organization. And I think it really makes a difference in how we work with our clients and the types of projects that we go pursue. Maybe one thing I think I'm most proud of working for Hensel Phelps is the involvement we have in our communities. With community-based organizations, you know, our employees live and work in these regions. They don't just come into the regions, build projects, and then go back home. So they raise their families here, they go to church here, they go to school here. They're interested in being part of the community, and so that, I think, helps make our company a little bit special to work for. You know, the first year in Thornton's been great. What we've seen is by bringing our employees together at this location is a huge increase in our morale, because we were a little scattered. Over those 80 years, we had some employees maybe in the south side of Denver, some up in Greeley. So to bring the group together in this facility here with the view of the Front Range, the proximity to where we work and to where we live has been a big, big benefit for us as a company. Thank you. It's great to get recognized. I want to give a shout out to the city of Thornton. You know, I think Thornton is a great place for a company like us to run our business because the proximity to the metro region as well as the proximity to northern Colorado. And it's really made a difference for us as a company, even though we've been around for 80 years, to be able to be here in Thornton and be part of both of those areas. A lot of accessibility for us. So I want to thank Adam, I want to thank the EDC group and the entire city. Thank you again.
Get a quick picture. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Hensel Phelps, congratulations. Thanks for being a part of this community, too. Our next award is the People's Choice Award, which recognizes a Thornton business chosen by popular vote. And I'm pleased to announce that Mother Tucker Brewery is the winner of the Thornton's People's Choice Award for 2018. They're coming on up here. Let's watch their video to learn more.
We initially started in our garage. We had a little tasting room set up and we had 8 beers on tap, and we fed the neighbors and friends and did some testing of the beer that way.
We decided to get ourselves into a position where we can find our happiness. And we found the happiness was in what we were doing with the brewing.
We are just a real small nano craft brewery. We make less than 100 gallons at a time. We don't put any additives, any preservatives in it. We don't filter our beer. Our motto is all of our beers are made with a whole lot of love and a little bit of attitude. So really, truly, you know, it's that extra bit of love that we put in there that makes our beer stand out.
We wanted to bring an environment so that everybody felt welcomed. People come in here and automatically draw themselves to that comfort. You know, I wanted to, from the get-go, make you feel like you were coming into my home. We're doing what our dream was, that it has come to reality, and just the people. I love people.
You know, there's no way that we could do this by ourselves. If we didn't have a good bunch of people working for us who enjoy taking care of the customers, and if we didn't have the customers coming in here and supporting us, then, you know, there's no way that we could make it. So thank my employees and also thank the community for their support. So really appreciate it. Wow, who would have thought 5 years ago when we put this idea together, we'd be standing here today. And just like the video says, it's the people that we appreciate so much that have made us successful. We're coming up on our first anniversary. We're putting together a little shindig on the 13th. We're going to celebrate Mother Tucker's or Mother's Day at Mother Tucker's Brewery for our first anniversary, and we'd like to invite everyone to there. so we can celebrate all of the people that have helped us this first year in our success. And just again, thanks to you, the community of Thornton. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Mother Tucker Brewery. And they give back so much to the community. Anytime you call them up, they are right there for you. And I know they've done a lot of work with SBDC and the City of Thornton, so it's been a great collaboration, and congratulations. Our next award, or final award this evening, or one of the final awards, is the Program Partner of the Year, which recognizes a local business or organization who is especially pivotal in the administration of a City of Thornton business program or a project. And it is my honor to announce a big community partner here, and has been for a long time, is the winner of the inaugural Program Partner of the Year award, First Bank. Congratulations. As they make their way up, let's learn a little bit more about what they do.
I think what separates First Bank is that we're very customer service oriented, and relationships are really key to us. So we were really founded on developing and maintaining great relationships with our customers, and that's something that we continue to do after 55 years of being in operation. It's the relationships that really keep us going and keeping very customer centered and making sure that we're doing what we can for our customers.
Banking for Good is more than a tagline for us. It is something that we live and breathe every single day. We get to volunteer in our communities, we get to lend in our communities, we get to see people buy their first home in our communities, and all of this means a lot to us. Because we're employee owned, it affects us in many different ways. So we are part of our community and we live in our community, and we're happy to be here.
When the City of Thornton approached us about partnering with them on the STAR and the big grants, it was important to us to sit down and see if there was a way to get this figured out so that we could help these small business owners. And so it was something where we worked with the city and we worked with the small business owners to try and make that a reality, and it's been a really great partnership ever since.
To watch these small businesses be able to move one step forward has been incredibly enlightening and rewarding for us, and we're super excited to be involved with the city on this project.
It's great to be able to work with, obviously, the consumers. Like, that's super fun, but it's really rewarding when you get to see a small business owner see their dream actually become a reality. Thank you very much. We're very honored to get this award, and I really have to thank the city's Economic Development Office. They're incredible to work with, and seeing their commitment to small businesses and watching them grow is something that's really excellent for our community, and we're very excited that we get to partner with them on a small piece of that. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, First Bank, and thanks for all you do. Our final award this evening is the Retailer of the Year Award, which recognizes the Thornton retail business who has shown excellent customer service, a unique product or service offering, and has really improved the entire retail experience for consumers. It is an honor to recognize Total Beverage this evening as the Retailer of the Year for 2018. Let's watch their video.
We started in 1998, and we were a couple doors up. Started out about 23,000 square feet, Then in 2008, we transferred our license down a couple of doors and doubled our size to where we're currently at, which is about 42,000 square feet. We do just about everything. We have event planning, we do tastings on Fridays and Saturdays. We just started a curbside pickup. We've got a delivery service through our app and through our website. We always try to be on the leading edge of technology. We've got our electronic price tags. We're always trying to be at the forefront of everything going on in the industry, retail, liquor, everything. We're always trying to do something to give back to the community, plus give the customers a great shopping experience. We have our own nonprofit company, and we do things with Growing Home, which is local. We strive to help the people here. From the retail side, I believe we give our customers everything we can. They seem to leave happy every day, which is always a good thing. They can get in, get out, which for a big store is something that you can't always do. It's the people. It's getting to know the customers, the staff, just working with the people here that come through. It's a great community. It's a great staff that we have here. That's probably my favorite part, is the people.
Let's congratulate Total Beverage. Rick is servicing the people tonight, so he wasn't able to be here with us, but we honor them in absentia. So thank you to our city representatives, elected officials. Give them a round of applause, our councilors and mayor. And thank you all for attending this evening. Congratulations to all of our small business owners, our winners, those who have been nominated. Thanks for being a big part of this community. We are honored to be able to support you. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back again next year. Good night.